Personal transformation is the catalyst for external change because your outer world reflects your inner world. Nothing truly shifts until you take deliberate action to change yourself, your mindset, habits, and attitudes. Waiting for circumstances, other people, or luck to improve without first transforming yourself is a path to stagnation. Change begins internally, and every meaningful improvement in life originates from personal growth and commitment to evolve. Your habits, mindset, and daily choices shape your circumstances. By taking responsibility for how you think, act, and respond, you gain control over the outcomes in your life. External conditions may feel beyond your influence, but they are often a mirror of your internal state. Altering your internal landscape changes how you interact with the world and the results you generate. Growth begins with self-awareness and the willingness to evolve. Winners take honest stock of their strengths, weaknesses, and patterns, identifying where change is needed. Awareness alone is not enough. It must be paired with intentional action to create the momentum necessary for meaningful transformation. Small, consistent personal improvements compound into significant life changes over time. Each deliberate adjustment in behavior, attitude, or approach builds upon the last, gradually shifting your life in a positive direction. This process demonstrates that true progress is incremental, cumulative, and rooted in self-change. Ultimately, nothing changes until you do. By committing to personal transformation, taking responsibility for your habits, and embracing consistent action, you unlock the power to influence your circumstances, create new opportunities, and achieve the life you desire. Your circumstances reflect your habits, mindset, and decisions because the external world is often a mirror of your internal state. The quality of your life is directly linked to the choices you make daily, the beliefs you hold, and the habits you practice consistently. If you want your circumstances to improve, the first step is to examine and elevate yourself, because external change cannot happen without internal transformation. Changing yourself begins with awareness. You must honestly evaluate your habits, thought patterns, and decision-making processes to identify areas that need improvement. Recognizing what holds you back allows you to take deliberate steps to shift your mindset and behaviors toward higher standards. Your daily actions shape your reality. Every habit, no matter how small, compounds over time to influence results, relationships, and opportunities. By consciously choosing positive, productive behaviors, you gradually reshape your environment and create circumstances that support your goals. Mindset plays a pivotal role in how you interpret and respond to your surroundings. A growth-oriented, disciplined, and proactive mindset enables you to see opportunities instead of obstacles, take responsibility instead of making excuses, and make decisions that move you closer to your desired outcomes. Ultimately, external circumstances will only change when you commit to changing yourself first. By refining your habits, elevating your mindset, and making better decisions consistently, you take control of your life, create momentum for progress, and lay the foundation for lasting success. Waiting for conditions to improve without first changing yourself is a recipe for stagnation because external circumstances rarely shift on their own. Many people spend years hoping for life to get easier, opportunities to appear, or problems to resolve without taking responsibility for their own growth. This passive approach keeps you stuck in the same patterns, limiting potential and delaying progress. True change begins with action, not expectation. By focusing on what you can control, your mindset, habits, skills, and decisions, you create the conditions for life to improve naturally. Transformation starts internally, and every external improvement follows as a direct result of your personal development. Stagnation is reinforced by inaction. The longer you wait for outside factors to change, the more entrenched your routines, beliefs, and limitations become. Opportunities pass by unnoticed, and the potential for growth diminishes, leaving you frustrated and unfulfilled. Proactive self-change breaks this cycle. By deliberately improving yourself, taking responsibility, and stepping outside your comfort zone, you gain momentum and open doors that would otherwise remain closed. Every small improvement compounds, creating visible progress in your circumstances over time. Ultimately, waiting without self-change guarantees stagnation, while choosing to evolve ensures growth. The moment you commit to changing your habits, mindset, and actions, your world begins to shift, and the path to success becomes achievable. Growth begins with self-awareness and the willingness to evolve, because you cannot improve what you do not first recognize. Winners take a hard, honest look at their strengths, weaknesses, and patterns of behavior to understand where change is needed. Awareness illuminates the gaps between where you are and where you want to be, providing the roadmap for meaningful personal development. Self-awareness alone is not enough. It must be paired with the willingness to take action. Understanding your limitations or habits without the commitment to evolve keeps you stagnant. True growth comes when you apply insights gained from reflection to make deliberate changes in your mindset, behaviors, and daily routines. The willingness to evolve requires courage and humility. It demands that you accept responsibility for past mistakes, embrace feedback, and face the discomfort that comes with breaking old patterns. Those who resist change remain confined to familiar but limited outcomes, while those willing to evolve expand their potential. Growth is a continuous process. Self-awareness allows you to monitor progress, adjust strategies, and refine habits over time. Each step of evolution builds upon the last, gradually transforming abilities, character, and results in ways that compound into lasting success. Ultimately, self-awareness combined with the willingness to evolve is the foundation of transformation. By honestly evaluating yourself and taking deliberate action to improve, you unlock new possibilities, develop greater capability, and create the momentum necessary to achieve extraordinary personal and professional success. Change requires responsibility. Own your choices, outcomes, and direction, because transformation begins with accepting that your life is a product of your decisions. Winners understand that blaming circumstances, other people, or luck only delays progress. True empowerment comes when you take full accountability for your actions and the results they produce. Owning your choices means being deliberate in every decision. Each action, no matter how small, contributes to your direction in life. By consciously choosing behaviors that align with your goals, you steer your life toward growth rather than drift aimlessly through circumstance. Accepting responsibility also builds integrity and self-respect. When you consistently acknowledge your role in outcomes, both successes and failures, you strengthen discipline, resilience, and the confidence to face future challenges. Accountability becomes a guiding principle that shapes character and results. Responsibility transforms obstacles into lessons. Challenges and setbacks are no longer reasons to quit or complain. They become opportunities to learn, adapt, and improve. By taking ownership of outcomes, you gain the power to influence change rather than feeling powerless in the face of adversity. Ultimately, embracing responsibility is non-negotiable for meaningful change. By owning your choices, outcomes, and direction, you take control of your life, create momentum for growth, and ensure that every action moves you closer to the success and fulfillment you desire. Small, consistent personal improvements lead to significant life changes over time because incremental progress compounds, creating momentum that transforms your habits, skills, and results. Each deliberate action, no matter how minor it seems, builds upon the last, gradually shifting your life in a positive direction. What feels like a small step today can become the foundation for extraordinary achievement tomorrow. Consistency is the key to compounding growth. Repeatedly making small improvements embeds discipline, reinforces productive habits, and strengthens character. Over weeks, months, and years, these minor adjustments accumulate, producing results far beyond what occasional effort or sporadic motivation could achieve. Small improvements also reduce overwhelm. Rather than attempting massive change all at once, focusing on manageable, incremental steps makes growth sustainable and achievable. This approach builds confidence, keeps motivation high, and encourages continued effort toward larger goals. Each minor improvement creates a ripple effect. Enhancing one skill, habit, or attitude often influences other areas of life, multiplying the benefits. Over time, the cumulative effect reshapes behaviors, perspectives, and outcomes, producing profound transformation. Ultimately, the power of small, consistent improvements lies in their compounding nature. By committing to daily progress, no matter how modest, you set in motion a chain of growth that leads to meaningful, long-lasting life changes and extraordinary results. Shifting your attitude and perspective unlocks new opportunities and solutions because the way you see the world shapes how you respond to challenges, recognize possibilities, and make decisions. A fixed or negative mindset limits options and creates barriers, while a positive, flexible perspective reveals pathways that were previously invisible. By changing how you think and interpret situations, you open doors to creativity, problem solving, and growth. A shift in attitude changes your approach to obstacles. Instead of seeing problems as threats, you begin to view them as opportunities for learning and improvement. This mindset encourages proactive action, innovation, and persistence, enabling you to find solutions where others see dead ends. Perspective influences decision making and behavior. When you adopt a broader, growth-oriented viewpoint, you are more likely to make choices that align with long-term goals rather than short-term comfort. This clarity allows you to seize opportunities that support your personal and professional development. Changing your attitude also affects relationships and collaboration. A constructive solution-focused mindset fosters trust, communication, and teamwork, which often leads to new opportunities that you could not achieve alone. Others are naturally drawn to people who approach challenges with optimism and clarity. Ultimately, shifting your attitude and perspective transforms how you experience the world. By choosing to see possibilities rather than limitations, you unlock solutions, create opportunities, and lay the groundwork for meaningful progress and extraordinary success. Transformation demands action because ideas and intentions alone produce no results. Thinking about change or wishing for improvement is not enough. Without deliberate effort and consistent execution, nothing in your life will shift. Action is the bridge between intention and tangible outcomes. Taking action turns vision into reality. Every step you take, no matter how small, moves you closer to the goals you desire. Planning, strategizing, and dreaming set the direction, but progress only occurs when you act decisively and persistently. Action builds momentum. Once you begin, effort compounds, habits are formed, and confidence grows. In contrast, inactivity breeds stagnation, frustration, and missed opportunities, keeping potential locked behind inaction. Action also teaches lessons that theory cannot. Mistakes, adjustments, and problem-solving experienced in the course of doing provide insights, skills, and resilience that cannot be gained through thought alone. Each effort becomes a building block for further progress. Ultimately, transformation is realized through doing, not thinking. By consistently converting ideas and intentions into purposeful action, you unlock growth, achieve goals, and create results that ideas alone could never deliver. The moment you change your daily behaviors, your world begins to shift because consistent actions shape your habits, mindset, and outcomes over time. Each choice you make, repeated day after day, compounds into visible results, gradually transforming your circumstances and opportunities. Small, deliberate adjustments in behavior create a ripple effect that impacts every area of your life. Daily behaviors determine your level of success. Whether it's how you manage time, approach challenges, or interact with others, the quality and consistency of your actions set the standard for your results. Changing these behaviors directly influences the outcomes you experience. Consistency in positive habits builds momentum. Every time you act intentionally toward improvement, you reinforce discipline and focus, making it easier to maintain productive routines and achieve greater results. Momentum grows quietly but powerfully, producing exponential benefits over time. Changing behaviors also shifts your mindset. As you act differently, you begin to see possibilities, make better decisions, and approach challenges with confidence. Your new behaviors reinforce new beliefs, creating a feedback loop that accelerates personal growth and transformation. Ultimately, transformation starts with daily behaviors. By consciously adjusting your actions, no matter how small, you set in motion a process that reshapes your world, opens new opportunities, and drives lasting success. True progress is impossible without taking deliberate steps to improve yourself first, because personal growth is the foundation for all meaningful achievement. Without intentional effort to develop skills, mindset, and habits, external goals remain out of reach. Transformation begins internally, and every advancement in life is built on the commitment to improve oneself consistently. Deliberate self-improvement creates direction and focus. By identifying areas that need growth and taking purposeful action, you ensure that your efforts align with your long-term goals. Without this intentional approach, energy is wasted on distractions or unproductive habits that produce little meaningful change. Consistent self-improvement builds momentum. Each small step, whether learning a new skill, refining behavior, or strengthening discipline, compounds over time, creating habits and capabilities that generate increasingly significant results. Progress accelerates as these improvements accumulate. Self-improvement also shapes mindset and perspective. As you grow, you develop the confidence, resilience, and clarity necessary to tackle bigger challenges and seize greater opportunities. The internal transformation directly influences the quality of external results. Ultimately, deliberate action towards self-improvement is non-negotiable for progress. By committing to consistently bettering yourself, you lay the foundation for achievement, unlock your potential, and create the conditions necessary for lasting success.